Welcome to In the Sulky. Bob Hayden joined by Hannah Miller. And Hannah, we're, let's see, the last day of the first quarter of the year, March 31st. How's 2017 treating you so far?
Oh, pretty good. I can't really complain.
After that 52-4 stimulus plan mile, that was the all-time record amateur race, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I was so surprised with that mile. You know, the horse was good. Nick had him really good for me, but I got parked out the whole mile, and when I asked him for more, he just kept going.
What were you thinking on the backstretch? Because you not only had you had your horse parked out, you had someone outside of you too.
Yes, actually, Jolie was on the outside of me, which honestly kind of helped me a little bit. He prompted the horse on the lead a little more and didn't make me do as much work, so it kind of helped me, and I figured if I could clear the horse on the lead, I would be fine.
And did your experience kind of tell you there that you didn't have to panic, that you knew you had a lot of horse?
Yeah, you know, that's the thing. In amateur racing, you do get parked out a lot, and I just try to stay calm when I do, not panic, not think that I have to get to the lead, too fast or anything, and I think that helps me.
Okay, now you're the two-time Amateur Driver of the Year. You won that award again this past year. Your brother is the Rising Star Award winner. Tomorrow night's guest, Dave Miller, is the two-time Driver of the Year. Speaking of Millers, how's Mom and Dad doing? How are they doing?
They're good. They're in Florida right now, and they love it down there. You know, I got down there a couple times this winter, and I hope to get back soon.
So when you go down, what do you do? Are you training? What's going on there?
Yeah, my dad has a stable of about 100 horses, so I go down there. I have a couple horses down there myself, help him train a little, and maybe go on the boat a time or two.
Now we know you're young, but do you remember the classic photo and Man of Many Missions when they were racing? That was Irv had the Hamiltonian favorite twice in the past 12 years.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember that. Actually, a funny story. At the Breeders' Crown when Man of Many Missions won, I was paddocking in the week before when he made a break and didn't get in. And then I picked a different horse in the final, and I didn't get to make it to the winner's circle for that. So that was kind of a bummer. But I was still, super excited about that race.
He was kind of an unusual horse, the Man of Many Missions. He's one of those horses, the way I looked at it, he had an overabundance of talent, but he was like an immature child. You never knew when he was going to do something stupid almost.
Exactly. Every start we were on our toes with him. We had to watch him. And we were just hoping he'd make it through the race without making a break.
Yeah. And now what about, second race tonight, number 2, So Take That, 9-5 morning line. Vinny Fusco claimed, this horse has been claimed 3 of the last 4 starts. Tell us a little bit about this horse.
Yeah, actually, this will be my first time driving this horse. His lines look good, and it looks like we're in a really good spot coming out of the 2-hole. I'll talk to Vinny, after this and see what he says, but I think if I can put him in the right spot, we'll do okay.
Now, the amateur racing has been very well received betting-wise. If you notice the pools, they're betting a lot of money. Tell us a little bit about that. I mean, it's very, very competitive. A lot of guys have people following their horses. There's a lot of guys leaving. It just seems like kind of a fun thing.
Yeah, we do get a good handle on the amateur races, and I think that is because, everyone's going for it. They're trying their best. They want to win, and we put it all on the table for them.
And what about 2012? Do you remember your very first win at DuQuoin? What was that like?
Yeah, actually that was with a horse, Ideal Nectarine, and crossing the wire first was an experience I'll never forget.
Now you've had you trained horses obviously for your father and stuff like that, so that's kind of a separation moment right there from now I'm actually part of the whole scene, right?
Right, exactly, that's what it was. I had qualified and been behind the gate a couple times and trained with my dad so much, but when I was in a race and actually won it for myself, that was pretty awesome.
Were you surprised that Marcus Miller, your brother, was the Rising Star Award winner last year?
No, not at all. He has worked so hard and has done such a good job, and I was so excited when I found out that. I really thought he would be.
What have you noticed different in Marcus last year as opposed to 3, 4, 5 years ago?
He just has so much more confidence now. I think he finally, made a name for himself, especially out here, and his confidence he portrays in his drives.
And if you notice when he wins some of the upsets he's had, he's always sitting in a good spot. You know what I mean? He'll have a long shot. Even if he doesn't win, he always seems to be sitting where he should be.
Exactly. He knows how to put a horse in the right spot. Even the long shots, he knows where to put them, and he knows how to get them home good.
Now you have a couple of horses of your own that are coming back. We're almost into April now, a baby and a 3-year-old. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so my dad, I have 2 fillies down in Florida right now, Art Major filly, a 3-year-old, and a Sun Beach filly, a 2-year-old who's coming back. I just talked to my dad last night on the phone, and they're coming along well, and knock on wood. I hope it goes well, and I hope we have a good year with them.
That'd be nice. And now last year you traveled all the way to Budapest, and you just got beat. I know you were second in the competition. What was that experience like?
Yeah, so that was, it was amazing. You know, traveling overseas, and I was the first time that it was only me representing the United States was awesome. And it was even more fun because I was in the lead the whole time. I had the point lead, and till the very last race, the Italian got me by 1 point. I was pretty frustrated, but it was still fun.
Well, we were frustrated too because we saw the pictures, and when we got our first picture, I saw you all the way over to the right, and I demanded to know who set this picture up. So I said, next time we have to have Hannah front, featured right there. What was that like, though? Did everybody have a good time? Was it a fun time?
Yeah, you know, it was the first time my dad went to Europe, and I think it was the most exciting for him, you know, and he helped me so much during the races, and he went over the equipment, over the horses, and that played a big part in how well I did.
And this year, there's the amateurs are going to France, but you're not going there.
Yeah, I think I'm going to skip that one and stay home this time.
But I believe Marcus is representing in Prince Edward Island. Is that going to happen?
Yeah, so he is doing the actually not the amateur, but the U.S. Driver Championship in Canada. He'll be representing the United States, and it travels all over Canada. But I think it ends in PEI, and I'll be going up there for part of that with him.
Okay. Now you also told us before we were talking about you going to Florida. You, Nick, and Joel Benson, and some public relations work might be on the horizon here for you.
Yeah, you know, I talked to Joel yesterday, and we hope so. We hope we're going to talk on Monday. I'm going to go down to Florida and hopefully work on that. Well,
me and Jen just voted 2-0 for you to be the spokesperson for the sport 4 or 5 years from now going forward. What do you think of that?
You know, I hope I can be. That would be awesome, and I appreciate that.
And we will stuff the ballot box if need be. Hannah Miller, good luck in the second race tonight. Tell Marcus we said hello, Irv too, Mom and Dad. And hopefully we'll be seeing much more of you as the months go by.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Thanks, Hannah.